who came to Germany in 2019 and now is having his German citizenship.
2019 I came to Germany. I did my German language till C1 basically, but I didn't pass C1, I did it till B2.
How you got your German citizenship? What kind of examinations did you give?
That is the minimum criteria that you should be having. Not a lot of students are aware about the new rule.
What time it takes to complete the entire process since the first step is getting the eligibility and then giving the test and then getting the final citizenship in your hands.
Now the next step would be to collect my naturalization certificate, and before even I collect my naturalization certificate,
Hello everyone, this is me Amanpreet Kaur, founder of Amratpal A Vision, and I am today in Nuremberg with my student Abhi Panchal, who came to Germany in 2019 and now is having his German citizenship. So yes, let us ask his experience, kaisa tha unka journey from studying here, his masters in Ingolstadt University, that too in German taught program, and getting his German citizenship. So yes, first of all, congratulations Abhi.
thank you.
So अभी कैसा था जर्नी हमारा स्टडिंग से लेके जर्मन सिटीजनशिप?
I started my bachelor's in 2015, did it in India, and then in 2019 I came to Germany. I did my German language till C1 basically, but I didn't pass C1, I did it till B2, and I got an admission from TH Ingolstadt. I did my master's, started in 2021, did my master's for 2.5 years, and then I got a job in Munich in a multinational company in EY, and now I'm working in EY as a technology risk consultant. And yeah, I got my citizenship after being in Germany for 5 years, and I applied for the citizenship in December 2024.
Wow, that's great. So you completed which program in Ingolstadt?
So basically, my program was Masters in Science with the focus in security and safety, which was German taught, and it took me around 5 semesters to finish my master's program.
Okay, that's great. So yes, the video is already there previously when he started his journey as a master student in Ingolstadt. So you can watch that too. And now the main question is how you got your German citizenship. What kind of examinations did you give, and what were the criterias basically? Because there are so many students who are here in Germany since 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, but still they don't know how to proceed or maybe what examination they need to give.
I was going to complete my 5 years in December 2024, and the citizenship rule changed from 8 years to 5 years in June 2024. So basically, I'm living in Ingolstadt. So the Burgeramt from Ingolstadt, they sent me a letter last year in 2024, probably 3 or 4 months before my finishing, and they told me that I would be eligible during this period and you can apply after that. So my first step was to apply for the Einbürgerungstest, and usually there's 6 months waiting period that you have to go through because there are a lot of applicants who are applying for the Einbürgerungstest, and luckily I got it within the next 3 months.
Okay.
And I got a date, and I applied for the Einbürgerungstest, which is like an exam for all the history and the questions related to Germany, history, and all the past. So you have to prepare around 300 questions in German. It's not a very difficult exam. It's not like C1 language German. If you know B1, it's enough to pass it.
Okay.
And out of that, they ask you 33 questions, and the passing criteria is 17 questions for citizenship.
Okay, that's great. Wow. So from where did you can pass this examination, like the test materials or something, or any books are there?
So basically, the content is available online on the German website, where you can select your state, and every state has their different questionnaires, because there are questions that are specific related to Germany, and there are questions that are specific related to state you are living in. So you can get that on the online, like if you search for it, like the Einbürgerungstest questionnaire or anything, you can find it. It keeps updating every year probably. And yeah, so I studied through there, and in the city that you are living in, if you look for a German school, usually these exams are conducted by German schools only in your city, and you can search for them in the city and you will find, you can contact them, call them or email them that I'm looking for a test and please provide me the next possible date available.
Okay, that's good. So my question is, can a student still apply while he is in his semester and he got on almost 5 years staying in Germany,
No,
or how exactly it
the
works?
criteria to apply for the citizenship is that you should have finished your studies. Uh, Even if you are on a job seeker visa, if you have fulfilled the criteria, they do allow in certain cities. It depends on the Burgeramt that you are of the particular city, but you cannot be a student. Once your student status is finished, you are on a job seeker or you are on a blue card, then only they will accept your application.
Okay, so the criteria is on just completing some particular years, or it is on the salary package or the euros what you're getting?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with your salary or anything. It is just that once you are not on a student status, you should be on a job seeker visa or you should be on a blue card status, or you also there is a work permit below the blue card's threshold. So
Okay.
that should be the criteria, and 5 years criteria minimum with B2 German level, that B1 German level, sorry, that is the minimum criteria that you should be having.
Okay.
In my case, I already had my B2 certificate, so it was easier. And yeah, so I just got an email, like a letter from the Rathaus, and then I applied for it.
Okay. So why do you think that most of the students are still not able to get that things done?
I think since the rule has changed and not a lot of students are aware about the new rule, and also in my perspective, even I felt that the process is a lot complicated until I got into it and learned about it, what's required. But it is a very straightforward process. It's not much complicated. You don't even need so many documents. It's hardly 6 to 7 documents, very basic legal documents that you need, and it doesn't even take much time.
Okay, that's great. What time it takes to complete the entire process, since the first step is getting the eligibility and then giving the test and then getting the final citizenship in your hands?
So basically, the first step would be all the cities in Germany have their own websites, and you can go and check your eligibility criteria if you fulfill the eligibility criteria. They will suggest that if you fulfill the eligibility criteria, I personally am living in Bavaria, and Bavaria has an online portal where you can apply for the citizenship direct online.
Okay.
So when I got my Einbürgerungstest, I was in India and I applied for the citizenship directly from India online. And when I came back, I asked them, hey, I have applied for the citizenship. Can you provide me a status? And they told me, yes, we already have your application. You don't have to do anything. Everything is with us. And usually when I applied, they wrote an email and told me that the waiting period is 8 to 12 months. So before that, please don't send us email or don't ask us anything. Once we have an update, we will write you a letter or send you an email. And after 3 months in January, I got an loyalty Erklärung, which is the declaration form. Along with that, they asked me to provide some certificates from my employer, which I provided them within 48 hours. And then they told me that we have everything what we want now. And now you can sit back, relax. Once we have an update about your file, we will update you. And then in April, I got the letter that my process is finished.
April 2025.
April 2025, my process is finished. And they told me that now the next step would be to collect my naturalization certificate. And before even I collect my naturalization certificate, they told me to book a passport appointment for German citizenship.
Okay, that's great. So I still remember you have sent me an Amratpal, the citizenships letter,
Yeah.
and we were very, very happy on
Yeah.
that success. And so when you will be now receiving your German passport?
So basically, I've got the naturalization certificate already, and I have my passport application date on 22nd of May, which is like 10 days from now.
Okay.
But one thing I need to clarify is that my process was relatively quick, which is not ideally so quick, because the terms what they have is that it takes around 12 months minimum.
Okay.
There are a lot of applications right now in process because the rule changed before just 11 months from now, and it's a huge process period. But I live in a little smaller city. The processing was fine. I had all the documents ready. They didn't need any other documents, and that is why I was lucky enough to get it done within the 6 months process.
And then you passed the test also very quickly
Yeah, so
without any failures.
I got my test I got my test date with a 2 month difference from when I applied, and usually the test result takes 4 to 6 weeks to arrive. So I gave it in the end of October. My results came on 7th of December 2024. And luckily, my case was like I got eligible for 5 year on 6th December 2024. My results came on 7th December 2024. And exactly after 5 years, 1 days, I applied for my citizenship.
Wow, that's great. Yes. Last, when Amratpal visited you, when we had a video already on YouTube, so at that time you were a student in Ingolstadt, right? So how did you get your full-time job? What were the scenarios? Did you also get some part-time jobs? Where did you write your master thesis? So can you please put some light on that too?
Yeah. So when I met Amrit sir last time, I was already a student and I was working with the same company I'm currently working.
Okay.
So basically, ever since I started my master's, I started working as a working student. So my goal was, I was pretty much cleared in my mind that I don't want to do any kind of labor job. I want to do working student job because that obviously enhances my um, skills. It helps me get connected to the networking and all the profile in terms of working with the company. And I worked in a company for 14 months first, and then I changed my job to the current employer who is there. And I worked with them for around 1 year as another working student. I did my master's thesis with the same company, and while I was going to finish my master's, I already had a talk with my manager, with the partner of my company, and I told them, "Hey, I'm finishing my master's. I'm looking for a full-time job," and they were happy to offer me a contract as a full-time. But it's not as easy. The change is that right now the market is really different to what we think of, and you cannot have a pre-planned salary in your head. So it's not what everyone thinks that it could be like. We think that it could be 60,000 a year we will get easy. It's not like that. But you have to keep hustling, to keep applying. Hustling means keep applying new jobs. Make sure you are enhancing your CV in terms of job profile you are applying, prepare good cover letter. So that is really important right now and the most important right now, when I came 5 years back, I understood that the country was a little open in terms of there were English speaking job. Right now, it's not. It is non-negotiable because people are not offering English speaking job now. It's really less. You need to be really lucky in terms of getting an English speaking job. So the main importance which I would focus on is German, absolutely.
Okay, that's great. So, Abhi, now the scenario is what we are seeing back in India is most of the students. So, if we are getting 10 students in a day, right? So, 8 of them wants to apply for computer science or maybe cyber security or maybe artificial intelligence, and only 2 of them wants to apply for mechanical and automotive, right? So, what is the sudden change here in the industry here in Germany? What exactly is that? Because since you are there already since 5 years and you are working very closely with the market too. So what exactly is your point of view in that?
So in terms of market, the thing is, we have a lot of jobs here. It's not like we don't have a lot of job, but due to the global economic crisis and all the things that are going on in the world, um, the pay scale is not what we are expecting. So if I, as a master student who was graduating, my initial perspective was I would get X number of salary. If I'm interviewing with the company and they would naturally ask me what is their expectation, and if I say something it's not what they want, and they would straight away ask for little less. And now with the blue card criteria changing, it is really difficult to get the pay scale that we are thinking of. So I would say for the 3 years after your studies, bachelor's or master's, don't focus on money perspective, focus on the skills perspective. So enhance your skill for the next 3 years as much as possible, and after those 3 to 4 years, money will follow.
Okay. And one very important question related to academics. So most of the students starting from the bachelor's only, they wanted to go for artificial intelligence or cybersecurity. And most of the students doesn't wants to go for directly informatics or maybe computer science. So what according to you is the best option in bachelor's? Do they need to go for computer science, or maybe they can choose a specialization from the bachelor's itself?
I mean, that's a good part in Germany, that you can focus directly on artificial intelligence or cybersecurity here in Germany, because when you are doing a bachelor's in informatic in general, you are learning different kind of core.
Okay.
And when you're doing cybersecurity in general, you are learning different kind of core. So if you are very sure that you want to go with cybersecurity, doing a bachelor's in cybersecurity makes more sense.
But then don't you think that it will narrow down the stream?
That is why I specifically mentioned that you should be sure what you want to do,
Okay.
because if you are not sure, go for informatics and then do masters in what you feel like doing. Directly going into cybersecurity will narrow down what you want to do, but if you are 100% sure, it is also a very good advantage to do.
Your skills.
Exactly, because the subjects are deeper. You will get directly in touch with the touch points which are very important to your field, be it artificial intelligence or be it cybersecurity.
Wow, that's great. So yes, most of the students are actually asking for the same perspective, but we generally suggest different aspects to go for the general field or something. Yeah, so that was a very good point. So Abhi, I still remember the first time when you came to Amratpal A Vision, you wanted to only go for English taught programs for your masters, right? And we applied for a couple of the universities as well. So now when we told you to go for German taught program, right? So now what do you think that that decision was good, or how exactly it is in your perspective, that completing German language and then studying masters in German taught program, and now you are having almost everything.
Yeah, right now the scenario is way too different than what it was in 2019, and German language right now is probably the topmost priority. I I work in a company which is a multinational company and has a very diverse background. So for me, I do have a lot of English clients. So for me, it's a lot easier. But right now, knowing the people around me, I meet a lot of people. German language is a very, very huge um, advantage if you do it. If not, sooner or later you will have to do it, because if you are applying for 100 jobs, there are only 5 jobs that are in English. And you know there are thousands of students from alone India who are going to apply for those 5 jobs. So that is a very shorter margin. And German language sooner, considering on a growth perspective, also if you want promotions and all, you will face situation where there are 5 candidates, you are one of them who's in English, 4 are in German. Those 4 are going to be preferred more than you.
Right.
So that is going to be the case in the market.
Wow. And what is the differential of the programs, what you studied in German taught program as a master student, and what is there in English taught program, the course content?
I don't think course content is way too different. And I personally don't focus more on just studying in German or English. If you feel like studying in English, it's all right, but make sure you are also doing German language. Universities are providing German language simultaneously. It's important that you do German language. It's not that you have to do your master's or bachelor's in German. If you do your bachelor's or master's in English, but make sure you're doing your certifications of German simultaneously, which way, because in your jobs, you are going to be asked, how do you know German?
Exactly. So yes, every time back in India also we emphasize more on doing German language, German language, German language, because we know the scenarios here. We know that what are the opportunities that can hinder if you're not doing your German language properly. So in this tour, we have seen so many students, we met so many students, and everyone is emphasizing on German language because they are here in this scenario. And the students are speaking it by themselves because they are since 2016, 2019. So they know the German language priority is at most while you are here in Germany. So, yes, how you're feeling now when you already have your German citizenship and I am interviewing you?
As I already told you, like right now, we were discussing how it felt in 2019 and 20 while we were here with all the struggles that we've been through. And right now, it feels like a long journey, more than 5 years.
Well,
Yeah.
Abhi wants to travel back to Berlin and go to the supermarkets, or maybe go to the stores where he used to go when he just entered Berlin market, and then he wishes to explore the market again with full of his pockets.
Not full of his pockets, but yeah, much better than how it used to be.
Okay. So yes, how was your journey with Amratpal A Vision?
Yeah.
I think so. This will be the last interview with you.
Maybe some new interviews soon, but
Definitely.
yeah, I mean, the journey is still going because I still meet every time I come to India.
Exactly.
We still talk about how things are in Germany, what I want to do in life. So it has always been, I even say that Amritsar has always guided me as a elder brother all the time, and he has advised me. You'll see in years to come how much he has advised me with even life perspective. So yeah, it's been great, and everything has been very supportive. Everyone has been very supportive.
Wow, that's great. So, yes, students, if you are planning to study in Germany, the most important part is German language. Then you have to be very good with your studies. So, as Abhi told, that in bachelor's, even if you wanted to select the artificial intelligence or maybe cybersecurity, you can definitely go for it. But you have to be a very good perspective that you wanted to go on the same pathway, and later on, after 4 years completing the bachelor's, you don't want to shift yourself into different aspects. So if that is the case, then you should definitely go for the general pathways, general options as a computer science. Rest, if you're very sure, you can definitely go. And yes, so we will also capture you if you are doing the same pathway what Abhi Panchal has done, and now he is being very successful in Germany, and we wish him all the very best for his future life ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm leaving Germany soon.